welcome back. So yesterday I was looking at the save game situation, so I think we'll take a look at that again, and most of that was on the ball blueprint here. No, it wasn't. It was on the paddle. So, and we added all this crazy stuff here to get it to work. That we'll have to clean up. So basically what we did yesterday was, if the player loses a life, it starts to trigger the possibility for a new game. So if they have less than 0, or if they have 0 lives, it will check to see if there's a loaded save game, and if there is, it will check to see if the top score is less than the current score, and then saving that new top score basically. And then if there was no save game, then we I think we still check to see if it's a local top score is the best score, and then we save the game. And yeah, and if it's not the top score, we just go on to the rest of kind of the end of the game thing. So, and the part of the logic that I think is not working properly is this, although I don't think we know if the actual saving works yet. So, so here we have our local score and our local top score and our top score, and we're sending it to the game. So actually, yeah, local top score should be 0 if okay. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so here's our issue. I do see the number 2 in here, and then I see comma top score equals 0. So I think that the 2 that's happening here is the, our score, and then, but the score and the top score are kind of combined. So, alright, so let's, I think one of the problems is I don't know what the delimiter is for this. So like maybe it's a semicolon instead, I don't know, or a question mark. So let's do that. No. Hey, look at that. Okay, so alright, I'm going to take all this mess and get a function out of it. And we'll just call it handle top score. Alright, because it does more than save the top score, I guess. Okay, so we'll pull this out here. So question marks are the delimiters for those little options for the levels. I don't know if that's in the documentation, by the way. Alright, this we're just doing a... I'll have to clean that up too. Okay, so we're going to get the loaded save game. We're going to cast to this. I think we never get it. So if we never get it, how does this work? We create it. And then down here we have, okay, so if this object doesn't exist, we say there's no save game. We create a save game object. And then we, oh yeah, I hate this too. Okay. We set our score as the top score, and the top score is this save game object's top score. And then we save it in slot 0, user 0. I don't know if that's good or not. And then we're going to exit, which apparently this function just doesn't do. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm going to add a return because it just weirds me out that there's no return. Add a return node. There we go. Okay, so we create our save game here. This is going to be a better way to... Because no matter what, we're basically going to this. Alright, there's not like a sequence here, right? We're just... Okay, so the thing I'm seeing is this top score gets set here, and then it also needs to be set here. Okay, so when we figure out we don't have a we figure out we don't have a save game, we need to pull the local, we have to create a local top score, just like we're doing here. So here we're setting it from the save game. Here we're going to set it from our score. Alright. And then we link back into the, now we're going to create our save game object. And I think this saves over the old one if you have it. Alright, we're going to leave this print in here for now. So we set our local score, and we're just returning nothing, I guess. Yeah. Alright. Done. So there's no save game, top score is still 0. Alright, let's go back to this. Okay, so now we handle our top score. And our local top score is still 0. But our score should equal local top score here. So do we have an issue with our UI now? Let's go look at the UI. It's not bound, of course. Okay, so let's let all that work here. Okay. Let's see if we have it already. Top score. Alright. I promise debugging. Okay. Hey, look at that. Our top score is now 1. Alright, now here is a question. Alright, well now I have to make a new top score. Okay. 16. Okay, so we've proven that we can pass the top score over. I didn't see if the save game thing was still going, but alright, now we're going to not get the top score. Okay, it still says no save game, so our top score is now 1 again. Okay, so let's look at our loading. This is not working here. Oh, well that would do it. Okay, so I don't know. I think that's probably what's happening. Let's see. Alright, play again. Alright, our top score says 2, but where's our score of 16? Oh, it got overridden probably, because we didn't have a save game. Okay. So that time, the top score is 2, but our score is 15. Which means our top score didn't. Okay. So what's going on here? So we have our top score of 15, right? So that's working, right? But if we there we go. now we beat our top score, but we're still saying the top score is better than ours. What's happening there? Okay, so we load it. I almost want to set the top score right there. All right, let's follow the logic for if we beat the top score. So we lose our life. We're handling our top score. Okay, so we come in here. We have our saved game. The cast is successful, so we check the top score from our save game. We set it to local top score, and then we check if it is less than the current score, which it is. Oh, there's an OR here. What was the OR going to be? Okay. Alright, so it is the local top score local high score is better than the top score. So it's true. So we save the game. We make the score the top score. And we never set a local top score. Right? Oh, we do, right here. But then we have a new local top score. Okay, so I think that's why. So we don't want that. I guess we just want to yeah, because no matter what here, right, if it's okay, so if it's if there was no save game, the score is the top score. So we're setting it here. And if top score is better, or the current score is better, we set it here and here. And if it's not the best score, we're going here, which we've set the local top score here. So we might not need that. I don't know. I'm gonna make another return nodes just to make it cleaner, I guess. Okay. Alright. This, yeah, I still think I could make this logic a little bit easier to follow. Okay, so let's just make sure we didn't screw anything up. We have 3. We shouldn't have the top score, which is true. Good. The top score is 32. Starting to get. If I had to keep debugging the top score, I might have to reset it. There we go. Oh, really? Okay. Alright, we have the top score, and the top score has been set. Let's play another round. Oh. Oh. Alright. Alright, on the last life. bit of a those slow bounces are bad because the longer between hits, the oh. All right, so that was our top score. Okay, so top score sort of works, and in fact, on this game now, right? If I were to, I'm just gonna save everything. So my save game now should just be persistent, right? So if I load the game back up, I don't know if everyone saw Thunder Owl's amazing sci-fi projects in there. Anyway, not a paid advertisement, but okay. All right, yeah, so we've got, oh yeah, I just want to play it, so let's do that. Level files, we'll go with our start screen. I have to set my game level, actually. Okay, so here we are. Now, we might want to put like the top score on the home page, you know, the start screen, right? So that people know, oh yeah, I gotta beat the top score. Or maybe like the top score is already like on the screen, right? A lot of old arcade games have the top score just sitting there on the left. We could move the lives down to the bottom of the screen. I know Aquanoid has it kind of right underneath the paddle itself. I forget what our top score is, so I forgot I need to test it. Okay, yeah, so yeah, it's persistent. So we're saving our top score now on the local machine anyway. It would probably be cool if we had a global top score for everyone who played it. I'm not sure what the range of this game would be, but that'd be kind of funny. Of course, the last time I did like a global top score, some of our players used some cheats to slow down the game and get really high scores that were ridiculous. So, I don't know. You're competing against yourself in this game. Alright. Well, there's still some stuff I'd like to do with this game. One, I really only have like 2 levels that I sort of created, like this one. So we have a level editor that we can create another level, or as many levels as we want, and just put them into the game. The other thing, we still need to fix the levels are currently even columns, so it means that there's no like center point, so you can't do like symmetrical things without it looking lopsided. So that was one thing we need to fix. And what else? Yeah, power-ups would be another thing. So, but yeah, I don't know. This game is playable though. Look at that, right? We got a start screen, we got an end screen, we got a top score. We have lives set up here. Obviously, there's some stuff that could be polished, and I don't know. Should we make the explosions bigger for each of these blocks? I don't know. I know the white ones get lost because they're so bright that I have another idea for the paddle too. Like, what if the paddle was a little bit more like an air hockey paddle? So you could move it like with the mouse, it would feel really natural, but like have like a little bit of up and down motion on it. And then you could kind of swing your paddle at the ball. So that's another thing we need to do is when the ball resets, like I think most of the older games just have the ball stuck to your paddle until you're ready to go. That was my end of my game. But that was my best score. Okay. So having the ball stick to your paddle on reset. So that would be another thing. I should probably institute that for sure. That seems like a minimum viable product because like having it just go straight down onto the paddle is fine for there, but what if you're restarting the game, right? Your paddle might be over to the side. Alright, this end screen, just artistically with the text is just not great, but let's see, what do we got? A few minutes. Let's see if we can let's look at our UI. I'm gonna look at our game UI because I think what I'm thinking here is this, and this. Let's move it down to here maybe, and we'll change the anchor to there. Okay, and then we'll move our score over. I think we want our what do we want? Do we want our alignment to be to the right and then just can I do that with text? I think so. Let's look for it. It's down here. So like this. And then what if we duplicated this? Is there snapping? Where is the snapping? What if no, this doesn't do anything. I gotta look that up. It says, is it now snapping? I'm not finding any snapping. Right. Like, let's, okay. Alright, yeah, I don't know if the snapping works, but that would be nice if it did. Okay, so let's make this one left. And then we'll, okay, yeah, I've got an idea. So here's how we'll do this. Make this say okay, and then we're going to make it smaller so that we can, let's make it 24, because all we care about is just kind of labeling the scores. And then W to duplicate, just put it here, and we'll call this one score. Let's look at our anchors. Anchor should be here. This anchor should be here. This anchor should be here. And these are all anchored at the right place. Okay. Yeah, this looks maybe like that. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, and this, let's see if we can bind it to something. So like local top score, so that would be what we want, I think, and then, but we'll need one last thing. We're going to have to go into the player paddle again. Alright, so in here, when we load our game, and that succeeds, we should make functions out of all these things. Okay. This was, attempt at rapid prototyping and simplicity, so try my best at not overcomplicating the design of the game, so try not to get too bogged down. A lot of my stuff is all like interfaces and functions and yeah, which can be easier to understand, but it takes time to do that, so no. Okay, well, anyway. So that's why it's all in this event graph anyway. Alright, so in this save game, let's set our local top score here, and we're going to end up resetting it, but that's okay. Can I... Yeah, we're going to have to cast it. I guess we can cast it here. Okay. Cast to local save game. Sure, whatever. I guess it makes sense. I don't know what I would want to do. Like, just have like some like random check of true and false or something here. But anyway. Okay, so from here, we want to get the top score and place it in. And that's only if it succeeds after it's completed. Okay, so that'll work for people without top scores, right? Alright, so look, our top score's on the left. Okay, I don't really like how our score looks over on the left there. The right looks fine, but the left, it just seems off center from. So let's look at the UI. Why doesn't it start all the way? Let's look. It is justified. We might want a big block here. Where's our... Let's just make the score 0 and see what it does. See, it should be there. It's not though. What's our anchor? Center, that's fine. Okay, so if we put that here, it should line up correctly. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Cool. And our lives are a little bit harder to see now. I think for now, I would stick all this maybe over here, like sort of like there maybe, and then put the anchor there. Still a little too, I don't know, that's gonna take some, maybe we want it in the center. Still not. Yeah, something like that. Now I don't know if the screen size changes, if that's gonna mess with the location of that, so something to think about. Yeah. Alright, starting to look like a sort of completed game. Alright. I'd say it's playable, so it's cool. Definitely need to fix the startup. Alright, awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in.